It doesn't matter if it's on the pod or not. That's why I was like, oh, I better shut the fuck up for a second. You released that pod today?
Yeah.
And I released one yesterday. And now we're releasing one together.
Triple up a little bit.
Take these from me.
I gotta move the camera a little.
Bet. Take these from me. Chance fucking Nielsen. Cheese else Nelson. El queso es Nelson. Es on la podcast.
Shut up.
Fucking Nielsen.
Damn! The gain is so high. Oh, this fan is on.
I know, I jacked it up. You want me to turn it down? Let me know when to stop.
I screwed up my own audio for the podcast.
It was just fine. It's hard to get this shit completely right. I think that's why Joe Rogan hired a video audio engineer type shit.
Yeah, he's got a Jamie.
Yeah, he's got a Jamie. We got Chance and Cody Nielsen, the fucking retards.
Cody Nielsen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We don't know what the fuck we're doing here. I don't know what my last name is.
Apparently it's mine.
Bro, I've been waiting to talk to you for a fucking minute.
Yeah.
You have no idea, Chance Nielsen. Listen, first of all, you don't gotta feel bad about not doing a pod with me.
I know. I just do.
The way my brain goes, and you gotta stop this. This is what you gotta stop. You don't gotta stop feeling bad for yourself like that. That's unnecessary. But what my brain tells me is like, Blair and Chance are done. They're done. They don't want to do this shit no more. It's you, bro. You got this shit. And it starts going into that direction. Like, you got to do this shit by yourself. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then I'm like, shit. And that's why I start to get overly stressed. It's because I'm like, fuck. Everybody else has left me. I've got this shit on my own.
Stop hitting the fucking table. God damn.
I've got this shit. That's what my brain tells me. What does your brain tell you?
It does the same, self-sabotage you got. Mine's not I got this shit, but it's nobody wants to help you. Nobody's helping.
And then, you just give up? Or, what do you do?
You just got to do it on your own. But in reality, you can, ask for help.
True.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Would you rather, do it by yourself if somebody weren't to help you?
No, I'd always rather someone help me, but I'm never going to ask. That's the thing.
Even as a child?
Yeah, for sure as a child. That's probably where I learned it from. I gotta take this off. I'm way too warm.
Chance Nielsen. Chance Nielsen's getting naked. He's getting real naked.
I'm semi-naked.
I just want to admit and be honest. We drank I drank a little bit of alcohol. Chance Nielsen's just getting into it. So I'm already slightly intoxicated. We don't have to say all that. We're just here interviewing Chance Nielsen today.
I don't even drink. I'll fucking turn this couch inside out if I can't find the Benjamin.
Which one? The T one?
I'll find it later. This is bad podcast.
No, it's not bad podcast because we both need it.
I got this one.
Okay. Wait, that's not one of them.
I know.
That's the empty Benjamin, Chance Nielsen. What are we doing?
God damn it. What are we doing? This is bad podcasting. We can't look for the pen.
Okay. One of us look for the podcast and one of us
One of us look for the podcast.
One of us look for the Benjamin. One of us look for the podcast.
Let's listen to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. We have some kind of interlude here because me and Chance Nielsen are looking for the Benjamin. Today I went and talked to my brother-in-law and my sister. And what I learned today is that my brother-in-law is also just as nervous to talk to me about certain things as he is to talk about, or as I am, I apologize, to talk about certain things. And we could bring Chance Nielsen in this conversation because, Chance Nielsen's back with Benjamin. Chance, I gotta talk to you about something.
It's just nicotine.
Chance, I gotta talk to you about something.
Okay, proceed.
And this isn't... I don't know if I can talk to you about this.
Okay, well, keep asking yourself whether you can talk to me about it or not.
Well, let me ask you. What is the thing you do not feel comfortable about talking about on the podcast?
I'm not sure. What do you have in mind, you fucking sick fuck? What are you thinking?
Well, It's not. The only reason I have such a fucking problem is because I don't want you to beat yourself up. I worry about that type of shit, but
yeah, I take it personal.
I know you do, and I talked to Thomas about this today, and he was talking to me about, like, because I was like, hey, Chance and I had some problems a few days ago, because I talked to them about everything,
yeah.
and he's like, yeah, what kind of problems you got now? That's what Thomas said, and he was like, yeah, Chance does go kind of hard about the cars. He feels like when you're talking about cars to him, you're overindulging type shit. Like the way I talk about drugs, you understand the way I talk about drugs? You're like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, obviously you're not that way. Yeah. Obviously you're not the way, but you're like, oh, this is not what I'm interested in. This is pretty interesting, but it's not like what I want to hear.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the way Thomas feels. And I was like, I never thought about it like that. It's like, because he was explaining it to me the way I talk about drugs is the way you
cars.
talk about the cars. Him, because he's like, yeah, I know this is going on, and then you go into depth about it, and then it's like, that's the way I go about drugs. I think that's why I was thinking, like, it's the whatever problem we've had, like whatever problem or issues we think we've had, any of us together, like, that's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to talk about is, like, I think we all have an ego. We all have a hot-ass ego.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Thomas. Like, that's why, I think that's what gravitates me towards people. Is like, oh, this person's got a pretty good ego. Like, they are pretty confident in themselves. They know what they're doing. They're pretty intelligent. And it's not like in a sense that, like, oh, I'm better than everybody. No, it's not like that. It's like, no, they just know some shit, and they're pretty confident in themselves, and they're continuing to educate themselves. And I think that's what I look for in people. That's what I, like, consider a character.
Just sometimes it can come off as, like, cocky and callous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what me and Thomas were talking about. Because he's like, sometimes Chance comes off as cocky. And I'm like, don't we too? Like, don't me and you do too? Because I'm like,
constantly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Thomas is kind of fucking cocky.
He's cocky all the time.
Exactly. And then I'm like, wait, I'm kind of fucking, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cocky too. And then I was talking to him about that. He's like, yeah, I'm fucking cocky as shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cocky as fuck too. I was like, maybe that's something we all got to work on. And that's like, that's a conversation me and Thomas had. I'm like, oh, we all got, that's just, I want to talk to you about that. Basically, it's just like, oh, we all have this, like, hot shot ego, like, not necessarily like we're better than everybody. Like, I had that in my mind at one point, but, like, I don't think that anymore. But, like, we all know what we're capable of, and we all know we're smart and intelligent. We've all done our research, but that, like, we try to act better than some people in certain ways. Not even in, like, what's the word? Fuck.
Not even
intentionally.
Okay.
Not even intentionally. We don't intentionally try to act better than people. But it's like, oh, I know this shit, and this motherfucker doesn't. Like,
yeah, you're
come
saying,
on,
You accidentally got onto a subject that I'm disgustingly educated in, and you're about to learn today for whatever reason. You don't want to learn, but I'm going to make you learn because I'm disgustingly educated.
Even if it's not, right? Like, sometimes I find myself...
You are, like, yelling. Goddamn.
I thought
it was just with the headphones on. But
no,
yeah, you
I'm
are
yelling.
loud as shit.
I'm getting excited. Yeah. Listen, audience. Whoever, like, the one person that listens to this shit, the one person that loves me and Chance Nielsen, I am drunk. I'm fucked up. I'm already fucked up. Let me be honest. I've had, from this point,
Stop hitting the table.
I'm going to tap it lightly.
Okay.
Tell me if you hear this.
Yes.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty sensitive.
Yeah, and you're yelling, so it's super loud.
I had.
Jesus.
I had 2 tall boys, which were 24
What?
ounces.
Okay.
24-ounce beers.
Didn't ask, plus your weight.
Which is basically 4 beers.
Didn't ask, plus your weight.
And then I had 2 PBRs. And then I'm having this cup of fine rum right now. And that's not even that bad.
Didn't ask, plus your weight.
But Chance is here. I'm finally excited. I'm not finally excited, but I'm excited.
About what?
I'm finally here and excited at the same time that you're here.
Oh, all right.
Chance, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Let's fucking get rid of all the bullshit we've been talking about before, all right?
I wasn't on it. You were on it.
I know I was.
Being like,
I've been talking too much.
I'll just respond to whatever you're talking about.
What does this shirt mean?
Twerk Stallion. This is Hurt. Hurt worked at Hoonigan. He had this car.
And you got 2 Hoonigan license plates up here now. Did you find that old one?
Yep, it was in that drawer right over there. I guess I never looked.
This black one?
Yeah, it was like under a folder.
Why was it in there?
I found it immediately after putting that one up because I was looking for the pins.
I literally just noticed it the other day.
Yeah, you were like, holy shit, that's the one that disappeared.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Really?
You're like, oh, you found the old one?
I need to stop drinking,
Yeah.
It
might have been that day.
Yeah, it's a problem because I realized this like yesterday. I'm like, oh, the hooligan
holy
sign's
shit.
up there.
Yeah. Took your brain a whole week to come back around.
Yeah. And I'm like, god damn, I need to stop fucking around. I hit the table.
Golly. Haven't learned since episode 1.
It's just fun. How do you feel when you're drinking? I gotta ask you this. Because I'm trying to get more. I've asked. It sounds weird. And I sometimes I feel like I'm talking about myself too much and like I'm too in my own head. And I told Calvin this, I'm like, I need to get out of my own fucking head. Because he told me he parked next to me this morning and I'm like, I didn't fucking realize. I was just trying to go inside. I was like, I didn't even realize he parked next to me. Like, you know how I am. I'm just like in my own head.
I'm listening
eyes
to
down,
Key Glock.
That way. Yeah. So, like, sometimes I feel like I'm talking too much about myself or in my own head too much, but, like, I was trying to dig into Thomas's head today the way I was, like, I'm always trying to dig into your head. Like, how do you feel about this situation, or how do you feel about this situation? Because I've always been nervous to ask Thomas about that, because his ass has always been, like, on the fence. Like, he might shoot me, he might, like, be vulnerable with me. There's, like,
I think it's that aura. I don't think he'll shoot you or anything. I think most times he'll probably be vulnerable. But I think it's not like a mask he's wearing. It's just like a thing he's developed in order to deter those types of questions and shit.
Let me tell you something.
No.
What if it is a coping mechanism for me? What if it's like, okay, the only way this guy's going to talk to me is if I act like I'm vulnerable to him. And so I have to act like a pussy in order for him to be comfortable around me and tell me vulnerable things. Does that make sense to you?
No. You gotta act like a pussy to be vulnerable? I think it's almost acting
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm saying it, because, like...
that might be like an ego thing where you're like, you gotta be vulnerable to be vulnerable. No, it's arguably more manly to be vulnerable. To be so secure in your ways where you're, like, willing to be
Say that
open.
again.
What? Which part?
Vulnerable.
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 God damn it, I love you, Chance Nielsen. You're a good motherfucker. You're a cool motherfucker. Keep saying what you're saying.
I forgot.
I'm sorry.
You interrupted it. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I always interrupt. I get too excited.
Oh, yeah. You're more secure in, like, who you are if you're willing to be open. It's almost like more of a... You could say manly, you could say, like, mature.
You think, like, the human biology recognizes that, or you think you have to be intellectually educated to be recognizing something like that? Because, like, people like me and you, and I'm not saying we're the smartest motherfuckers on the planet, we're dumb as shit, but we have done things but learn more things than the average individual. We've been educating ourselves or watching certain things. And so, do we have a better time understanding those type of things than other people? Or do we all understand at the same time?
Maybe. I don't know. It's a fucking scale. We're somewhere on the scale.
You think it can be measured?
It could be, like, roughly quantified. I don't know if it could be, like, exactly like you're here, I'm here.
What were we talking about again?
Like your intellectual ability to be open and shit. Like, where does it come from? Is that what we were talking about? Vulnerable.
I won't lie, Chance Nielsen. From the moment I started talking after I went quiet, I was just trying to
Autopilot it?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I forgot.
can't.
I forgot completely. I'm like, maybe if I just start talking these words,
it's
it
so
will
when you
rely-
do that
it's-
shit, I know too, because you asked me like, does that make any sense? And I'm like, no.
I'm glad you told me that. You never told me that because I've done that so often.
Yeah, you do it.
You
all the
realize
time.
it a lot?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, Chance Nielsen, do you ever think that
It's like, what is this going on here? And you're like, what the fuck? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
But then sometimes that feeds back into me being mean. Because then I'm like, no, it didn't make any fucking sense. You're dumb. Or like, no, that's not it. You're wrong.
See, I understand completely.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
it's like
even,
a double-edged sword because you don't mean to do something like that. Because usually we're having a conversation like this where it's like fucking normal. But sometimes you do ask me like an autopilot NPC question and I have to, I get mean about it.
You
so-
should be like, hey, that's...
I know, but the whole thing is I'm trying to get better at that.
No. Start with NPC. Be like, NPC, you're a fucking dumbass cunt. And I'll be like, I'm being an NPC right now. No. But, I'm glad you said that. Because,
Yeah, go ahead and figure that one out.
god damn it. I keep forgetting what we're talking about. What were we talking about?
We've been talking about this. You've done this twice now.
I know. But we're talking about something else now. And I was thinking about the other thing.
You're on autopilot.
Yeah,
You're thinking about the thing before that?
No, I'm thinking about autopilot. We were on... See, I go on autopilot a lot. Just because I'm trying to, like... I don't want to make the other person mad and be like, oh, shit. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So, I go on autopilot like, oh, shit. Hey! And I start bringing up this old bullshit. And I'm glad you say that you realize that because... I know, like, when I do it, I'm like, does he realize I'm fucking around right now? Like, this motherfucker's smart. There's no way he doesn't realize that I'm being stupid right now. I'm just saying bullshit. And then I'm like, oh, I got away with it. And I think it's just because you pass it off. You're like, oh, yeah. Then you just go.
That is what I do a lot. I feel bad about it, but
No. And that's what I was... I remember now. That's what I was about to say about your mean shit. It's not... You're not really mean. It's just like... We all got these own, like, ways of being. Like, you've been your own way. I've been my own way. Everybody's in their own way. And then we all come together and it just clashes in a weird way. Like, I think...
I don't think I have an autopilot.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think I've ever been like, let me just like... I haven't had one since... I probably worked at that fast food place.
You've never stopped thinking?
No.
That's
Are you crazy?
wild.
You stop thinking?
Well, it's not that I... Okay, so the way that I think of stop thinking is that I get so caught in my head that I can't think about what's going on out here. Like, I'm thinking. I'm just thinking in here. I'm all in here. Like, everything I have... No, there's no sensory information. There's no hearing. There's no sight. There's no taste. There's no nothing. Everything I have is in here, and I'm just...
No
projecting
senses?
outwards. Yeah.
Nah.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Nah, mine's not like
That's
that.
my... There's nobody...
I get
like,
stuck in my head like that, but I'm still having thoughts. Like, my mind's still racing.
Well, I'm still having... Yeah, exactly. But it's just thoughts about yourself, right? Is it thoughts about you, or what is it thoughts about?
It's thoughts
usually?
about, like... It's usually, like, 3 or 4 streams of them at a time or something like that.
Like, this, and this?
Yeah, all, like, different. Like, it could be myself, family, you, job.
I have that sometimes.
That's, like, most of my time.
I feel like it's weird to kind of, like... combine... It's weird to kind of, like, think on things. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't exactly remember when things happen. Because I don't want to say, like, oh, I've had this happen this time. That's why I'm saying this is because, like...
What?
I've
had this thing happen this time.
What I mean by that is, like, I've had those certain feelings to where, like, this thought. You know, I've told you I've had multiple tabs open. That's how we've described it. But, like, I don't want to say it's this specific time because I don't really remember. I've remembered I've had it. That's... Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up, brain. I remember I've had it, but I don't remember exactly when I had that thought, so I can't like be like, oh shit, I had this thought this time, so I can't like, I don't want to say it because I'm like, I'm a liar.
We're gonna have to put a pillow on your side of the fucking table.
Why?
Touch, just like boom, boom. You can't keep your hands off.
Can you hear this? Can you hear all that?
Yeah.
You can hear me, even my fingertips?
Yep.
That's
They
wild.
slide. The thing's on it.
We're going to have to listen to it after.
The vibrations go right
Yeah,
there.
but this, like, black thing blocks out a lot of sound.
Not the vibration. The vibration is the whole fucking thing.
Listen, I'll fuck this table right now.
If that thing blocks all the sound, you'd be able to, like, tap it softly like this, and it wouldn't
Listen.
do nothing.
However you want to fuck your family.
What? What?
However you want to.
Don't get belligerent on the podcast, you fucking creep.
Listen, when I untaught my class and I had ice cream, I smell a little girl's hair.
You Joe Biden?
Bro, did you see those mushrooms I posted today?
No. I probably did, but I probably glossed over it.
Let
You
me
post a lot of shit.
I
Your
know I do.
flashlight's on.
I know it is. I just realized
What the
that.
fuck are you doing?
I don't know. Chance Wilson, I'm fucked up. It's 9:40 in the goddamn nighttime. I'm supposed to be in bed 3 hours ago.
Yep.
I'm just here. Alright, we're gonna read a couple paragraphs, ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure you open those Snapchats.
That's why I'm opening them. Because I'm reading these Snapchats. First of all, I'm sorry this is retarded. Authentic.
Thank God you said sorry.
I apologize. Let me read correctly.
No.
Authenticity is key to success. Anyone can do what you're doing, no matter how good you are. Someone may be further along or what. I'm sorry. Chance is distracting me. He's looking at me like I'm retarded.
It's not. The way you're reading it is me reading it IRL. Because for real, your grammar fucking sucks. It's terrible.
I know.
You can't put together a sentence worth of shit.
I know.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm being mean again.
No, it's for real. Normal mode, activate. No matter how good you are, someone may be further along or work harder than you're working. The one thing people can't copy or be better at is being you, no matter how fucked up, crazy your flaws are. You can be worked on. No one's even remotely close to perfect, and no one's better than another. I'm really fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. You've heard me read before, and it's not like this. I've been a little.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hold the screen like this.
Wow.
Thank you. So that it
Where are
doesn't
you
go
at?
away.
The
Start
odds-
over.
I gotta start over.
Yeah, please.
Authenticity is the key to success.
Thank you, Chance Nielsen.
Anyone can do what you're doing no matter how good you are. Someone may be further along or work harder than you're working. The one thing people can't copy or be better at is being you no matter how fucked up. Crazy, you are flaws can be worked on. No one's even remotely close to perfect and no one's better than another. We're all on just different... You could do with like a period every fucking
know.
once in a while, dog.
I know.
Different stages in this path of life. Everyone wants to be like everyone else rather than be themselves. The odds of our genetics ending up in this time with our family genetics all the way back to a single-cell organism is damn near impossible, and yet here we are, yet we're so caught up in being as normal as possible. There's only one path for the ones who blindly follows... Yeah, ones who blindly follows is how that's typed. The group and gives up who they are, that darkness and unfulfillment. This shit just popped into my head. I needed to write it down, thought it out, fully explore the idea.
This fucking guy.
Chinese physicists are extracting Zhuling serotonin.
Let me read that.
Cancer,
I can read
cervix
that.
cancer.
I want to read both. Is this enough? Is the next page after?
This
that?
is
Perfect.
terrible podcast.
All right, no, this is perfect. These compounds stimulate neurons to regrow, potentially significant in the treatment of senility. Senility. I'm sorry. I've struggled with this word all day. I've been trying to figure it out. Alzheimer's disease, repairing neurological trauma from strokes, improving muscle motor response pathways, and cognitive function.
That's lion's
And then-
mane?
This is turkey tail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was the one that I told you about
Yeah.
that Paul Stamets had given to his mom.
Yeah.
And she had stage 4 breast cancer. She had taken this mushroom while she had been getting the chemotherapy. Recovered completely. 94 years old.
Yeah.
94-year-old woman used this mushroom. Stage 4 cancer. You're supposed to fucking die at that age.
Yeah, you got like
and she
weeks.
recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Exactly. And then this mushroom, Chinese physicians
I don't
are
like
using
it.
extracts of the Zuling sclerotia in the treatment of lung cancer, cervix cancer, esophagus cancer, gastric cancer, liver
Alright, I like
cancer,
it.
intestinal cancer, leukemia, mammary gland cancer.
Leukemia?
Mammary gland cancer.
Who the fuck was
I'm
the
glad you interrupted because I fucked up this word.
Mammary gland cancer.
Mammary gland
Mammary
cancer,
gland cancer.
and lymphosarcoma.
Lymphocyte.
All these kinds of cancers, mushrooms can help.
Was that lion's mane or was that turkey male?
This is lion's mane.
That's lion mane.
That's lion's mane.
Turkey male.
Lion's mane helps in cognitive things. Turkey tail helps in all kinds of things.
Like bodily.
Yeah, but apparently turkey tail grows everywhere. Like, apparently, the way Paul Stamets is telling us this shit, we could go into this goddamn Forest City forest and find some goddamn turkey tails real quick. That's the way he's talking about them. He's like, hey, you could find these all over the country. You could find these anywhere. They're common as hell. They're this color. You won't miss them. He's telling you all this shit, and I'm like, wait a minute. Have I seen these before? I don't know. But I'm like, gonna have to go back and see.
We did
because-
spot like hella. When,
Yeah. Apparently they can be red, they can be purple, they can be all kinds of color. They're kind of weird. Like these turkey tail mushrooms are like, they're like medicine of all medicine. They like have been used the most out of all mushrooms. They have been fucking known
Once
for
you stop
so long.
reading the fucking dictionary of mushrooms and whatever, you should read like a book on how to find them.
Well, that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
This is how to cultivate them and how to identify them.
Yeah, you need
It's
one
like
to find,
showing
like,
descriptions.
You
of
need
them.
like a mushroom hunting book.
Give me a second.
Because that'll tell you like what type of forest at what elevation, shit like that.
Well, that's kind of what this book is telling me.
Okay, well maybe it's right then.
But I'm pretty sure there's another book.
There's another book. Oh God.
When I search mushroom identification book on Amazon, the first book that pops up is the book I have. That's a pretty good
Look
sign.
up mushroom hunting.
Let's search mushroom hunting book. I hope the book that I have is the first one I search, because that's a good sign. Hunting book. It is. It is.
Good name.
Good name. I got the book, man. And I'm like 400 pages into
That's
it now.
crazy.
Yeah, I've been reading it for like a month now, bro. I won't even lie, I've been taking time off. Like, I get lazy sometimes. Like, fuck. I gotta read this book again. But every time I read it, like, you've read books before,
Spark
obviously.
comes back to you.
Like, obviously, everybody's read a book before.
The spark comes back to you. You get into it for a
Yeah,
little bit.
bro. Like, I'm gonna say this now. You should read books. Like,
I will. Emily left me that one Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
read it.
Yeah.
Is it a fiction or a non-fiction?
It's fiction. There's a good movie about it. You ever seen the movie?
No.
The movie's decent.
I haven't even heard of the book.
You're a real piece of dog shit. God damn.
A scorching epochal sensation.
They take a bunch
Tom
of drugs.
Wolfe. The best book on the dope decade. The New York Times Book Review.
Listen, Cracker,
it.
you're
Let me-
terrible at it.
Let me read the back.
A drunk autistic man trying to read something.
I'll read this completely perfect.
Please do not.
Are you ready?
Please don't.
First published in
God
Rolling
damn it.
Stone magazine in 1971, this cult classic of Veganzo journalism is the best chronicle of drug-soaked, addle-brained, rollicking good times ever committed to the printed page. It is also the tale of a long weekend road trip that has gone down in the annals of American pop culture as one of the strangest journeys ever undertaken. The writing's account of an assignment he undertook with his attorney to visit Las Vegas and check it out The book stands as the final word on the highs and lows of the 1960s, one of the defining words of our time in a stylistic and journalistic tour de France. Tour de force. I'm sorry. It's not Tour de France. With Ralph Steadman's original drawings and a new introduction by Katie Weaver. Who the
Amen.
fuck is that? This book kind of sounds like it sucks. I won't lie, Emily. I'm sorry. It's
You're reading that, dumbass. You're supposed to read. Hey,
Let
first
me
off,
read a page.
don't smash my girl's book.
I'm not smashing it. Let me read a page. Not a page.
You did smash it. It's all bent.
It's not bent. Look.
Okay. It is a little bent. God damn.
I'll read this very small page, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop
Shoot.
bending the fucking book like that.
I read the book like that all the time.
It's not
fine.
yours.
It's fine. It'll stay straight. I promise. I hold it like this all the time. A far more stylish outfit than my own, but it made him exceedingly nervous because to be stylish dressed in this crowd meant that you were probably an undercover cop, and my attorney makes his living with people who are very sensitive in that area. This is a fucking nightmare, he kept muttering. Here I am infiltrating a goddamn pig conference, but sure as hell there's some dope-dealing bomb freak in this town who's going to recognize me and put the word out that I'm out here partying with 1,000 cops. We all wore name tags. They came with $100 registration fee. Mine said I was a private investigator from L.A., which was true. In a sense, in my attorney's name tag, I defended him as an expert in criminal drug analysis, which is also true in a sense. But nobody seemed to care who was what or why. Security was too loose for that kind of gritty paranoia. But we were also a bit tense because
See, you already like it. You're already reading it.
given the register a bad check for our dual registration fee. It was a check from one of my attorney, pimp, drug, underworld client that he assumed from long experience was absolutely worthless. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ow. God damn.
This
Look
is-
at what you did, motherfucker.
I do bend the front cover. It's the front fucking cover.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it's going to stay straight. Nope. Bent as fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike, you quieter over there.
what is this guy, a fucking librarian?
Cody got his dick sucked by a transgender woman twice.
I did, but it hasn't happened in a long time because even transgender women ain't
He got
about it.
molested when he was 16 by this person.
Listen. That is a good book. But you just got a little, like, sneak peek into how I read normally. That's how my brain processes
You're like a fucking dirt bike that will never start,
It's like,
and then what? Yeah. And you're like,
Yeah, and then I get into it, I'm like, oh shit, this looks kind of
and you just run out of gas, and you gotta kickstart the motherfucker again. You're
Oh
like,
shit, I ran out.
Sometimes you kickstart it for like
Let me
2
put
pages.
Zen in.
Sometimes you kickstart for like 2 pages, and then you fucking stop it. I need one of them. You kickstart for like 2 pages, and then you go, oh shit, I didn't learn anything. Let me restart. Give me one of them. I bought one of them. Give me
Yes.
one of them.
No, you didn't. These are both mine.
Give me
From
one.
my credit card, cause I'm
Give me one.
Hold on, give me a second.
Oh my god, hurry the fuck up.
This is Guinness Book of World Records. You ready?
No.
Most sins in someone's mouth at once.
You could put so many more if they weren't in the container. This would be like most sin containers.
This is fucking perfect.
That's fucked up. I still want one, but that's fucked up. Oh yeah, wipe it on your balls, you fucking psycho. Jesus
Is this
Christ.
my ball? This is my fat ass, sexy ass
Stop
thigh.
kicking the fucking table.
Chance and I, we've been having. Listen, we're gonna have this talk right now. Chance and I, we've had a few disagreements. We've been a little aggro with each other. But that's because that's what we were just talking about earlier. We got our own egos. We've been living by ourselves for a while. And then we come together and it's like,
You call me out one time and I just assume it's open season on every little thing. And I just keep going.
that's what I get worried about. I'm like, okay, I said something about this thing, and he said something about this thing. Are we just going to be going at each other all the time? And then I get worried. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be at war with Chance
God
Nielsen.
damn, you put this on your fucking nuts and mouth.
It was not really. It's in a container. It's in a fucking pouch.
Alright. I already put it in.
Oh, we're already 35 minutes in without a Zin, bro. We're about to lock in and go for fucking 2 hours right now.
I'll pull the table this way.
Alright, bet. I'll sit on the floor.
Okay.
Crossed like a fucking Chinese guy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Chance Nielsen podcast. Here we are. We are fucking Chance Nielsen's girlfriend.
What?
This is the Chance Nielsen podcast.
You're fucking my girlfriend?
On the Chance Nielsen podcast, does Chance Nielsen not fuck his girlfriend?
Oh, true.
This is the Chance Nielsen podcast. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ, brother.
I get too excited.
You just yelled directly.
That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know Chance Nielsen and you know his girlfriend, leave her the fuck alone. Leave him the fuck alone. These people are getting married one day. Don't interrupt these people's relationships. I'm going to say this with a fucking 100% confidence and 100% reality. When a person, not just these two, but when some two people are having a good time in life and having a good relationship, don't fuck with it. There's always people trying to come in, and I know that you understand. You understand what I'm saying. Some people always come in. They're like, I want to try to fuck with this, like whether it be a girl or a guy. Let me put these on.
Hopefully you listen to what the bullshit you're saying.
I
is.
hope not. And it's like, at some moment we gotta be like, all right, let's stop fucking around with each other, because I feel like we've been in like a fucking around culture. You know what I'm saying, Chance Nielsen?
Mm-hmm.
We've been at a point where at some point for all of human history we were like, okay, we're gonna get a wife, we're gonna raise kids, we're gonna have a family, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna die. And then now it's like, oh, women got birth control. And I'm not talking shit out of women or none of that shit, but it's like, women got birth control. And then it's like, oh, everybody can do their own thing now. Men, women, helicopters, whatever you want to fucking be. You're like, oh.
What? Because they got birth control?
No. I'm saying people are helicopters now. People are non-binary. People are fucking... What else? What kind of genders?
What are you saying? You're just
all
saying
the
how
genders.
But people are genders?
I'm talking about all the genders nowadays. I'm just making a joke
It could
about
just be
it.
anything, yeah.
I'm just making a joke about all the genders today.
Damn. You said a lot of words that weren't really clicking with each other, and I got so far down.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are intoxicated. We're having a good time. This is Chance Nielsen, if you haven't met him. Chance. Boo, boo, boo. Listen, if you could invent any type of technology, I had to think of a question. If you could invent any type of technology, what would it be? For any type of thing. Car, microwave,
Probably like teleportation.
new teleportation technology.
Yeah.
And how would you do that?
Oh, fuck. What? I don't know.
Come on now. You got to be able to answer that question.
How would I invent teleportation?
Uh-huh.
I haven't fucking done it, so how the hell would I know how to do it?
With your best interpretation of how physics and all that shit works, what do you think?
I don't even have the slightest idea.
What-
Fucking probably put some electricity into something.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure.
Can you ask me the same question? Can you ask me how I would invent teleportation?
How are you gonna invent teleportation?
Well, so...
It's simple, really, when you think about it.
Shut the fuck up. With my autistic ass brain and retardation and dumbass and all the stupidity in my fucking self, from people I've listened to on the Joe Rogan Experience, obviously not scientists, right? They talk about how these specific electrons, neurons, all these things would have to be taken from this specific spot in space-time
And
then be
rearranged.
and then be ripped apart, put it back into these exact same spots, and then have to be recombined in the exact same way to be the same
Within, like,
human being.
milliseconds, yeah.
Exactly. So that's how I would do it. That's
Yeah,
exactly
you
how I
figure
do
out
it.
a way to do what? Okay, you just
I'd
basically
find
said,
a way to do the impossible.
Yeah, you said what you said was basically I'd figure out how to do teleportation. You just gave the nerd ass definition of what teleportation is.
That's how you do it, right? No,
You're like, how would you do it? This is what teleportation is. That's how I'm gonna do it. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, are you gonna fucking put it in a microwave? Is that how it's gonna work? You gonna rearrange atoms?
How would you? Let's contemplate this together.
No.
Maybe we'd figure out teleportation. Listen,
Teleportation
Chanson.
chances.
Let me put my hands on this table and be real smart with my glasses. Chance. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my god.
I'm talking to Chance, so stop listening.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chance Nelson,
Go ahead.
you and I can figure out teleportation if we just figure it out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.